Could Luke Schenn already be on his way back to the Maple Leafs? After acquiring Luke Schenn at the trade deadline, there are a lot of question marks as to where he would play on the Maple Leafs heading into the final days of the regular season as well as the playoffs. And we all saw what happened. He entered the playoffs, Luke Schenn entered playoff mode, and the rest was history. He spent a lot of time playing alongside Morgan Rielly, and this was one of the best pairings the Leafs have had in a long time, and it looks like as of right now, we could see that pairing once again next season. Before we do get any further into the video, hello, my name is Nick Barden, and if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, hit the bell as well so you get a notification whenever I upload a video. A few days ago, Rick Dhaliwal of Donnie and Dhali, the team, had an interesting report on Luke Schenn, and he talked about the fact that Luke Schenn, the chances of him returning to Toronto might be better than you think.
Schenn, he is talking with the Maple Leafs about staying in Toronto. Schenn is obviously going to get a well-deserved bump in pay, but he's also looking for term, Donnie, no surprise there, and some trade protection as well after bouncing around so much the last few years. He's got a young family, looking for a more stable situation. You can't blame him. I mean, if he gets to July 1st, there's going to be a ton of interest in Luke Schenn. I think he got that playoff feel going 2 rounds.
He got a taste of the playoffs.
He got the taste of the playoffs.
Again.
I don't see him going. That's just my gut. I don't see him saying, and everybody knows Vancouver, we don't know what's going to happen here next year. Donnie, if there's going to be playoffs or not, we have no idea.
Yeah.
I think, you fight hard to become a UFA, and when you do, you get to pick and choose, and you want to pick and choose, you want to pick a winner. I'm just, I think he liked it in Toronto.
Do you think he wants to stay there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And
Okay.
I think they are talking, but I also think that, at his age, 33, probably wants to play on a winner now.
Now, this is interesting for plenty of reasons. One, because the fact that he didn't seem like a few weeks ago that he was 100% set on returning to Toronto. It felt like there was a lot up in the air with him. He could make a return to Vancouver. There could be another team. But as we've heard from Rick Dhaliwal, it looks like Schenn wants to return to the team that drafted him and the team that he played for in 11 playoff games last season. And I think this is good for both sides. Good for Schenn because he really enjoys the city of Toronto. He really, really, really loved playing for this team during the playoffs and just the regular season. You could see the smile on his face every time he did an interview with the media. He was so grateful to be back in Toronto, so grateful to wear the blue and white. And if he gets to do this again for 1 or 2 or maybe 3 more years to end his career, it would be awesome for him, awesome for the city of Toronto, and awesome for the fans who cheer on the Leafs. In the playoffs, he was huge for this Maple Leafs team, and he will be huge for the future. He's a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's physical. He's one of the hardest players to play against on defense in the NHL, and I think having him in Toronto for a few more seasons will really help the Maple Leafs' chances of getting even further in the playoffs. Not just past the first round, not just past the second round, but even further than that. For a few days now, I've been thinking about the type of contract he would get from the Maple Leafs and the type of contract that he would want. For him, he'd obviously want some term. It is probably going to be the last contract of his career, so he would like to get at least a few years of a deal. And on the Leafs side, they would probably like him at, I'd say, 2 years. I wouldn't hate 2 years at nothing more than $1 million. I mean, he is a very good defenseman, and it's clear that the Leafs could really use him. But is he as good as he once was? I mean, it seemed like he was getting better with age, and it said he even said that he was getting better with age. So obviously, there could be a little bit of more asking price from Luke Schenn's end on this deal. But to me, I wouldn't hate the Leafs getting him at $1 million per year. A little bit more maybe would be okay with me, 1.25. I think you're pushing it when you get to that. 1.5 would be really pushing it. But I think Luke Schenn is valued in this team. He was likely really, really valued in the dressing room. Again, you saw the smiles that he had at almost all times. This guy is really loved here by the fans, by the players, by the staff. If he comes back to Toronto, it's going to be good for both sides. It's going to be good for the future of this team. and it's going to be good for a lot of the young guys too, who really haven't had a lot of playoff experience. But let me know what you think. Do you think Luke Schenn will return to Toronto? And if you do think he will return to Toronto, what do you think the price tag will be? What do you think his term will be, his AAV? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that is going to be it for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Double dose of content today, 2 videos in one day. I'm going nuts here, but if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure to leave a like. If you really enjoy them, subscribe. That helps a lot in telling me that you enjoy these videos. And again, like I said earlier on, if you really want to support me, hit the bell right beside the subscription button so you know every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching again. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Luke Schenn re-signs with Toronto before July 1st, because if he does, he'll be a Leaf for likely the rest of his career. We'll see in a few days or possibly in the next few weeks.